In Star Wars The Acolyte Episode 5, we get the reveal that the dark side force-wielding character is officially Qimir, who I actually stated in one of my other theory videos would most likely be the dark side character if it wasn't Mother Coral. Now there's been a ton of debating and discourse on whether or not he's a Sith, or a fallen Jedi, or just an angry guy who's pissed off and does not like the Jedi, and today I want to talk about it a little bit. Typically, I would say if there is someone in a Star Wars show or movie dressed in all black, wielding a red lightsaber, using the dark side of the Force and killing Jedi, that they would 100% be a Sith. No questions asked. But with the way that Disney presents their characters, this just really is not the case, especially with Qimir, aka Darth Smiley as people are calling him. A big reason for him not being called a Sith is from his quote straight out of the episode, which he says in the episode, "I'm what the Jedi would call a Sith." If you take into complete consideration on the words he's using there, he says a Jedi would probably call him a Sith. Based off this sentence alone, he is not confirming that he is actually a Sith, but that he is a product that the Jedi would most likely label as a Sith since he has a red lightsaber, using the dark side of the Force, and is killing Jedi. And this is also backed up from Disney on their website. Qimir, aka Darth Smiley's official description from Disney's Star Wars website says that, while some may call him a Sith, little is known of this dark sider who has been training May Anastasia in secret. If we are taking his line from episode 5, along with Disney's description of him on their website for what it is verbatim, it's safe to assume that we don't just know for sure what he is yet. And they clearly want us to be confused up to it at this point. If he is a Sith, then I think later on down the line we could potentially see Darth Tenebris, and I would be extremely excited to see him in live action. I'm assuming they are trying to say he's a fallen Jedi or a dark Jedi in this case, just so that they can outright say he isn't a Sith, and if he isn't technically a Sith, then the show still breaks canon from the prequels, when Ki-Adi-Mundi said we haven't seen the Sith for a millennia. And the reason why it breaks canon is because they did in fact see someone who could be defined as a Sith, he said it himself, who also killed a ton of Jedi, wielded a red lightsaber, and used the dark side of the Force. Ki-Adi-Mundi would have 100% mentioned this to the Council, as seeing a person with these characteristics who killed a ton of Jedi would be of huge concern and extremely rare. The writing in the show has been pretty questionable, no doubt, but I wonder why they're hammering on the fact that he said the Jedi would call him a Sith, and not outright saying he himself is a Sith. There has to be a reason why they are using the term loosely and saying the Jedi would consider him a Sith, which leads me kind of to believe that he is not a Sith. Keep in mind, Dagan from Jedi Survivor was also not considered a Sith, but a fallen Jedi who also wielded a red lightsaber and technically tried to kill Cal Kestis, who was a Jedi. So it is possible. Also, I just want to say, if I was the head of this show and I knew that I was not going to have Qimir be an actual Sith, I would have never used a red lightsaber. Could have given him a dark orange or something at the very least, but I think adding in the red lightsaber and the dark armor and the word Sith is extremely confusing if he's not a Sith. Lastly, Ledley Headland has mentioned that this show would show us a perspective from the Sith, so if it's not Qimir, it has to be someone else. Darth Tenebris, Darth Plagueis, somewhere along the lines. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think down below. Please let me know. Do you enjoy these episodes? Have you not enjoyed them? Which ones have you liked? Which parts of them have you liked? For me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the Star Wars Acolyte show, but I did like the lightsaber fight scene. I thought that was pretty cool, even though there were parts where he probably should have died throughout there, and I feel like the Jedi, the highest powered Jedi at that time, some of them should have put up more of a fight than they actually did. Also, I just want to thank you all for the insane amount of support lately. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. May the Force be with you.